I'm going to show you 5 ways to close the I have to ask my spouse objection, and we're starting right now. Hey, welcome back. My name is Paul. If it's your first time here, this channel is all about success, mindset, and sales training videos just like this one. So if you want to succeed in life and business and increase your sales, go ahead and subscribe down below, and don't forget to hit that bell notification button so you don't miss anything. So this time you finish your sales presentation, your client likes your product, needs your product, understands your product, can afford your product, and tells you, I have to ask my spouse. And you feel dreadful because you feel like you wasted your time. You know that when they ask their spouse, they won't be able to explain the product properly, and it's probably a lost sale. Hey Susie, hey love, I just went to this timeshare presentation and they were selling these kind of like a hotel that you can keep forever, and you pay $15,000 for it and it's yours, and yeah, should we buy one? So what do you do now? Well, you could keep losing sales to this very common and difficult objection, or you can watch this video that shows you 5 ways to close this objection once and for all. So assuming you're still watching, let's get started. Close number 1, the what if close. This is one of my favorite closes. It's very powerful, and all you have to say is this: what if they say no? This surprises your client but also puts him off guard, and there's really only 2 responses he can give you. Either they will say, well, no, if it's no, it's a no, or they will say something along the lines of, no, my wife is okay. If I really love something, she won't have a problem buying it. Don't worry about it. So if they say the latter, that their wife probably doesn't have a problem buying it, great, go for a reclose, ask for that sale. Power tip, at this point, go for a paperwork close. That's when you ask them if they want the product in their name or their spouse's. It's a great way to follow up the what if close, and it also puts a gift factor in there and takes the pressure off. Plus, you're indirectly feeding them a very good way to present their purchase to their spouse. Oh, you bought this for me? How sweet. Now, if they say if it's a no, then ask them what their spouse is probably gonna say no to. Is it the product or is it the price? You see, it's not the spouse that has this objection, it's the person you're talking to. The spouse is not even there. So basically, it's their way of saying they want to think about it, or they're unsure. By asking them if it's the product or the price, you can go on to close from that point on. Number 2, the missing person close. So let's say they love the product and they tell you they need to ask their spouse, and their spouse is not even there. All you have to do is say, okay, I understand that you want to ask your spouse. Tell you what, I'll fill in the paperwork as we agreed and discussed, and I will add, subject to your spouse's name, approval only. That means the order can only go through if your spouse signs for it. This will dish out the real objection and or commit them to their purchase. I've used this many times, and you have much less kickers or cancellations when you actually do this. Also, your paperwork, your contract, should have all the benefits listed anyway within it, so it serves as a reminder when they present it to their spouse. Power tip, the missing person close doesn't just work for a missing spouse. It's especially effective for business partners and lawyers. So if they tell you they want their lawyer to check it over, you say, great, I'll just fill out the paperwork as we agreed, and I will put down subject to your lawyer's approval only. And that's how you use the missing person close. By the way, all these closes and much more you can actually find in our book, The Closers Part 3, with the living legend Ben Gay III. I'll leave a link down in the description below. Close number 3, the understanding close. What you do is you agree with them and you tell them you understand. This will make them feel they're not unreasonable, that you're on their side, and it will take the pressure off. And then you say, John, by the way, if your wife is anything like mine, she would never say no to anything I love and really want, and I wouldn't say no to her either. Come on, John, let's give this a try. Should I put it in your wife's name or yours? You are again indirectly giving him a way to justify the purchase by asking if he wants to put it in his wife's name. He will think, oh, a gift, that's a good idea. What, you don't think it works? Do you know how many drones and fishing gear I bought for my girlfriend? She doesn't even fish. Power tip, the understanding close also works with a trust factor. My wife trusts me, I trust my wife. So what do you say, John? Should I put it in your name or your wife's? Close number 4, the forgiveness close. Now this close may sound less effective than the other ones, and salespeople are very reluctant to do this, but in the hands of a master closer, it is very, very effective. All you say is, of course you have to ask your wife, John, let me ask you something. Do you like it? Yes. Can you use it? Yes. Do you understand how it works? Yes. Can you afford it? Yes. Well then, John, it's better to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. See, what you have done, you made him confirm that he really wants the product, that he likes it, that he can use it, he can afford it. This will also subconsciously remind him that he is his own person, and if he wants something, he can buy it. Plus, you'll get a laugh out of it. Me and my clients burst in laughter whenever I use this close. Power tip, this close works very well for men and women for different reasons. If they need an extra push, try asking them why they want it, why they need it, why they think it's good for them. Then tell them that they or their family deserves it, and follow up with a paperwork close. Even before you use the paperwork close, you will often hear, you know what, I'll take it. Number 5, the aggressive close. John, do you mean to tell me that you need to ask for permission for something you know is good for you and your family? Did you ask permission from your children to marry your wife? Did you ask permission from your children to put them in school? John, you are smart and you are successful, and I can see you know what's best for you and your family. Come on, John, let's roll. Now, I know at this point that down in the comment section below, I'm going to see things like, oh, this will never work. This is insane. How dare you? You know what? I will punch you in your nose if you tried that on me. And you know what? You're right. It probably won't work for you because you haven't reached the point of becoming a master closer. Let me explain. Bottom line is you can sell something to anybody that loves you or hates you. You need emotion. You cannot sell to indifferent people. You know why I can get away with this in my sales presentation? Do you know why I can speak to the people aggressively like I did? Because I have built so much rapport, so much trust, so much connection with my clients that I can get away with it. And if you want to be able to say anything to anybody and increase your sales, go ahead and read our book, The Closers Part 3 with living legend Ben Gay III. You know what? Don't even buy the book. Go to theclosers3.com right now, and there's a free sample, 1/3 of the book you can download for free. Read it. Try it. Use what's in it. If it doesn't increase your sales by 52% and more, don't buy the rest of the book. But if it does increase your sales, just go to Amazon and order yourself a copy. Do we have a deal? By the way, comment down below if you would use the aggressive close or if you're too reluctant to use it. I would really like to know. Power bonus. Everything is great. You use the close, you have a laugh, and they agree with you. And your client now says, I want to think about it. What now? This objection comes around a lot, and most sales professionals don't know how to close it. So I made a video of 5 ways to close the I want to think about it objection once and for all. You can click right here, right now, or you can check the link in the description below. I'm Paul Democritou, and until next time, keep succeeding.